Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome on into this Tribute Games stream. I am one of your two hosts, Ziva, and I am also your social media and community manager here at Tribute Games, joined by...
I'm Eric. I'm the marketing warlock at Tribute.
Ooh.
I'm the one casting the ads and other stuff.
A lot of other stuff. He's understating like everything that he does. He's
Yes.
a humble guy, what can we say?
I have many spells, I have many books and...
He's a wizard, Harry.
Sort of, kind of.
But yes, we are basically your marketing team. If you see anything in that regard, it's probably us. And we also get to be your stream team. I like that, it rhymes.
Correct.
We are your stream team. We will hopefully be entertaining you today for the rest of the hour or so that we have left with you. Today, we are playing one of our gens that we published. We were the publisher on this, not the developer, but we'll get into that. This is Steel Assault. It's a high-octane, post-apocalyptic, zip-lining, whipping adventure that we are going to go on.
It's a platformer.
It's a platformer, basically, but I wanted to add a little panache because that's what it has. It has panache and it has spice and it has interest and it has all of the above. So that is what we'll be playing today, or actually Eric will be playing it today.
Yes.
It is a single player game.
Because I know that game.
He's pretty good
at it.
I'm not good at games, period. So if we want some good gameplay today,
Part of my job is to manage expectations, and I'm managing everyone's expectation about my skills.
good enough is where we'll go. But
Yes.
before we get into the gameplay, I wanted to introduce everybody to a special guest that we have not here in the space with us because they don't live here, but we do have them in chat. We have Sri from Zenovia Interactive, which is the developer of this game. We were not the developers of this game, we were the publishers. So if that's like lingo you're maybe not familiar with, Eric, do you want to get into that? While Sri maybe introduces himself in chat.
Hey Sri, long story short, the developer is really the creator, the artist, building the game designing, building the team around the idea, and getting programmers and artists to sort of unite and create the game. And the publisher, like a lot of studios, and Tribute for most of its catalog was developer and publisher. And the publishing is dealing with obviously the platform holders like the consoles, Sony, Microsoft, Valve, to name a few, and also doing PR, press, making sure that the influencers, the media partners, that they're all aware of it, and shaking hands, going to prepping all the conventions and trade shows.
Yeah.
And
We're like the support team.
posting stuff online, finding creative ideas.
It's like a bakery. They bake the baked goods, and then we put them
Are the cashiers?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, amongst other things, but
Nothing wrong with cashiers.
Nothing wrong with cashiers, but we like set up the pastries and make them appealing and all of that, and market.
There's the back of the kitchen, and there's like front of the house.
There you go. There you go.
Hospitality.
Both equally as important
And strategy.
as the others. So we were very lucky to work with Zenovia Interactive on that. We do have Tree today in chat. So Tree, if you want to introduce yourself in chat, tell the people a little bit about yourself. Tree is also the founder of Steel Assault. And if you want to learn more about Steel Assault, feel free to do *, Steel Assault in chat. That will take you to the Steel Assault website where you can learn more about it, see the trailer, and also buy it if you want to. And you know you want to, but if you're not convinced, we'll show you why. Also, Steel Assault is available on Xbox Game Pass.
And we have our Tribute Xbox controller, and it's the coolest controller ever.
It is the coolest controller ever, and we are about to play the coolest game with the coolest controller ever, with the coolest team ever, with the coolest developer in chat, with the coolest community.
In the background.
It just doesn't get better than
background.
that, doesn't it? And a cool background. It just doesn't get better. We unfortunately don't have any Steel Assault art back there, I believe, but maybe time to get some on there. Hi guys, I'm Sri, the founder of Zenovia Interactive and the lead dev designer of Steel Assault. Happy to answer any questions you might have. As Tree said, if you have any questions, please toss them in chat right now or whenever they come up to your brain as we're starting. Eric, I will go ahead and switch us over to the gameplay.
I have my steel cup.
Stop. That was actually really good. And we're gonna get ourselves started. So if you have any questions, feel free to toss them in there. We also have some, we did ask Twitter, and so we got some from there, but I also scraped my mind. I have a lot of questions because you can go ahead and get us started with a new game. I'm gonna lower
That is a new save file. I'm starting fresh. I won't be playing normal because it's been a while. I played like maybe last year.
You're brave.
Yes.
I would be scared. If there's one thing you need to know about Steel Assault, it's of course an incredible game. It is also very difficult. In a good way.
Retro hard.
It's retro hard. It does not mess around. It's also got a sick storyline. We also have on our YouTube channel and our social media Steel Assault Explained. So if you don't know much about Steel Assault and you want to learn more about Steel Assault, go and check out our social media. We have a really cool video made by yours truly about Steel Assault, the storyline, the mechanics, anything you might need to know. It is a very difficult game, but a very good one. I think. I'm not very good at these kinds of games or any games, but I can really appreciate the art style and the story. We love a good little like post-apocalyptic moment. Things, The Last of Us, Fallout, all of those really touch on those post-apocalyptic subjects. We love to see it. So actually, Shri, I'll ask the first question, which was more my question. Where did the name Zenovia Interactive come from? Because I would ask you about the name Steel Assault, but I could kind of gather where the inspiration for that was. You've got this steely, protagonist in not the immediate. How long was? Are you sure you want to maybe do easy?
No. I'm.
Oh, he's set on normal.
I'm good.
He's set. So yeah, we have this steely protagonist in Taro Takahashi. So obviously I can kind of gather where Steel Assault came from, though if you want to give us any insight on that as well, feel free. But I would love to know where your name came from for Zenovia Interactive. As I said earlier, Free is the founder of Zenovia Interactive, and we were very lucky to work with him on this game. The first game, right?
Correct.
First game.
Please don't ask me hard questions. And also, having Sri watching me play is kind of stressful.
There's some pressure there for sure.
I feel like I'm being judged. Anyways,
we'll have to have.
I'm being careful.
We'll have to have Sri one day visit us at the studio so he can show us how it's really done, because we will not be able to show you I don't want to say we won't be able to show you the gameplay, but I think we won't be able to show you how someone who's great. I would say Eric is good. I would say I'm not
okay.
very good. Yeah. Normal difficulty is where we'll go with that, but maybe one day we'll have to have Sri come and visit us. The invitation is there. You're more than welcome to come and visit us so that you can play Steel Assault and show. Oh, no.
That elevator shaft.
It's tough. Yeah. This
I'm getting there.
This game is tough.
I'm getting warmed up. That's what I'm.
Exactly. He's just getting warmed up. Luckily, it does have checkpoints.
Grappling hook.
Grappling.
So if you just go and trigger it naturally, it goes sideways. But if you go with the directional pad, it goes either like at a 45-degree angle or straight up.
There's lots of opportunities for like your play style and also for difficulty. So it's not just right to left and up and down. You have like the diagonals, and sometimes that comes into play with the different boss battles. But that is a big core mechanic, definitely, as you can tell, of the game, is the kind of grappling hook / zip line. And if you saw on our socials, I think the other day, I realized that we have a thing for grappling hooks in our games.
We do?
We have like 3 or 4 with either like some kind of grappling hook. So basically, if you want to get your game published by us, it needs to have a grappling hook. I'm kidding, it doesn't really need to, but a grappling hook is always
might help.
It might help. That does take off a little check mark for us, definitely. So yeah, I realized like we have 3 out of our, we have 8, 7, I'm bad at math. We have a good amount of our games that have a grappling hook, and this one is one of them that it's not only a grappling hook, but it's also like a zip line, kind of like thing that you can climb on, which is really cool because it's not just like, hi, I'm grappling from one side to the other. I think all of our grappling hooks kind of have their little mechanics to them, which makes them a little unique. So this is the same deal with Steel Assault. And you've got the shield, you've got the power-ups, and you've got your little whip, which Eric is showing off to us right now. So that's why I called it it's not a run and gun, it's a run and whip. Ooh, our first boss battle?
Yes.
Is it our first boss battle? Oh, I love this
Carla.
screen. Carla Lieutenant? Or is it Lieutenant? Lieutenant Carla Schmidt. Grappling Hook Manager 2025. Oh my god, I think our next game just got spoiled. Our Grappling Hook Manager 2025. Why would you do that?
That could be a position also, attribute.
What? That could be we're hiring, by the way, we are hiring for Grappling Hook Manager 2025. You just deal with all of the grappling hooks in our games. That's literally it. That's it. And we actually have a room dedicated. There's Magnus Piers. So I guess I'll do like a quick, we don't want to spoil the story.
Please talk politics for us.
Let's not. So if you don't know the story, again, we do have a video on our YouTube. I will actually probably go ahead and pull it up so that anyone can check it out. That does kind of dive into the storyline a little bit and kind of explain those nuances a little bit better than what I will probably do right now. But you are Taro Takahashi. You are a Daybreak Resistance soldier, and please feel free to correct anything I might say wrong because I am doing like a few things at a time, so I might make a mistake. And you are, it's a bit of like the revenge story we all know and love. Of course,
he lost his parents in the war.
He lost his parents. It's like he's a Disney princess kind of. He lost his parents, and now he's after revenge. And of course, there's this big, but it's a cool story. It is a story that is told through this amazing gameplay. He's here trying to figure out what is Magnus Pierce up to, controlling all of these robots in these post-apocalyptic landscapes, which are so incredibly well made. And you get to kind of go with him through his revenge story as he fights different bosses to get to the ultimate boss, which is Magnus Pierce. And I don't want to spoil the entire story for you, but again, we do have our Steel Assault Explained video, which I will go ahead and grab for you. That's the wrong one. That's TMNT. So if you want to kind of have a better, more concise and better done explanation of the story, sorry, wrong name. Feel free to check that out as well. And then Tree, yes, the largest inspiration for Castlevania Bloodlines. That I can definitely see that. Contra Hardcore. I kind of think of Steel Assault as the base mechanic of Castlevania.
Bunnies.
That makes a lot of sense. There's bunnies! I had never noticed that. That was Tree, 10 out of 10 for the bunnies. In the next game, more bunnies.
Yes.
And dogs. And we need a cat that we can pet. It's very important. Actually, those are all things you need to tick off in our boxes. You need to be able to have a cat and or a dog that you can pet. And bunnies. So far so good. We have the grappling bunnies. And so yeah, thank you, Tree, for kind of giving us a few of the inspirations for Steel Assault, the aesthetics, the game mechanics coming from Contra and Castlevania, and of course inspired by many 16 and 32-bit games along that style. So thank you both for giving us that insight. We have a really good question here. Tree, what's your favorite breakfast? And while we're on that subject, I will go ahead and answer and also ask the question to you, Eric, whenever you have the mental...
Now's not the time.
I know, I'm gonna say whenever... Okay, now's the time. You died. What's your favorite breakfast? A good old...
Savory? Sugar?
Savory?
I don't know.
Great answer. I will go ahead and say, I need a bit of both, but I love an Eggs Benedict, a good like salmon Eggs Benedict, or some waffles. Look at the bunnies, they're so cute. Some waffles with some turkey bacon. I like turkey bacon. Why are you sure bacon? It's a little too much grease for me, but turkey bacon. And then yeah, it's very important, Tree, that the people need to know. And while we're at it, people in the chat, answer as well. What is your favorite breakfast? Because we can't ask that question to one person and then not have everybody's answers. Also, I think it gives you.
I will answer. I'll probably eggs, but by far eggs. Eggs is a superfood for me.
Eggs.
Yes. Full protein, like about 6-7 grams per egg.
You just rock.
No, like Rocky.
Yeah.
Checking eggs.
Yeah, the inspiration from all of those games definitely shines through. And not in the game mechanics, in the art, of course, but also just in the difficulty.
That mini boss is by far one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Mastodon Crusher.
Like, the nose is a saw. How sick is that? But yeah, also in the difficulty, I'm sure a lot of you relate to that idea of like those retro games that you played when you were a kid that you just kept on losing, you kept on having to replay the same stage, beat the same boss, and you were kind of going crazy, but also it was really fulfilling when you could get past that boss that you were getting stuck on. And I think Steel Assault really does a great job at. This is exactly what I mean. Look, but when he beats
Sriya, I need pro tips. So can Sri give you pro tips for Mastodon Crusher?
Sri, what are some pro tips for Mastodon Crusher? Because it is a mini boss that you get to pretty early in the game. So I think people are still getting a grasp of the mechanics and things like that. So if you have any tips specifically for Mastodon Crusher, feel free to ask them. Bacon, just bacon all the time. Why have anything else? You're so right. Also, I'm sorry. That's my microphone. I do that sometimes. The zip line came not from the Bionic Commanders. Many people have surmised. Ooh. But from a scene in Tim Burton's Batman movie.
Wow.
Wow. See, this is why we do these streams, because we get to uncover things like that. From the Tim Burton Batman movie, the one where he's rescuing the girl from Jack Nicholson. That was the original artist Daniel's idea. That's incredible. Thank you so much for that insight. And I'm having trouble picturing that scene, but that's like the first thing I'm going to look up after this, is specifically that scene from Batman, from Tim Burton. That's wild. I didn't even think, actually, like while we're on that subject, were there any pieces of fiction, video game or otherwise? I think you've discussed the video game. Yikes.
Where are my tips?
Also, actually, first of all, before anything else, before inspiration, we need tips for Mastodon Crusher if you have any. My tip, Eric, just get better.
Yes, well, good. I'm getting better.
Just be better. Just get good, as the kids say. Do they say that anymore? I don't know. Yes, eggs for the win. I'm with Eric. But I eat my eggs in a very particular way.
French toast?
No, but French toast is really good. I like like the Gordon Ramsay scrambled egg, where it's like very, I don't want to say runny, but like barely cooked. That's how I like it.
And he has the creme fraiche?
Yeah, a little bit. No, I
had
a little mozzarella cheese right at the end, so then it gets all melty and stuff. And then it looks like, like that spiral cheese pool stuff? Like that's what my eggs look like in the morning. It's really good.
You want me to share my egg recipe?
Yes.
So it's between 2 low-carb tortilla wraps. It's 2 eggs, pan-fried, and at the end I add. I cannot play and do a recipe at the same time.
Try while you're doing your recipe.
No, I'll be fine.
Okay.
And what I do is I add like feta cheese that I crumble, and it kind of melts and caramelizes like on the edges. So in between the wrap, and I put like green hot sauce, like Cholula, like green chili sauce.
Yum.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now that he's given us
Rabbits!
They're back. Now that he's giving us his recipe for his eggs, which by the way, you can only get exclusively here in Tribute Streams. So if you want more recipes and Eric falling into bits of water, you should follow us so that you don't miss any future streams. We stream once a month, approximately, and we stream our games, and they're great. So, and then we also get to give you insight, like this amazing tidbit from Sri about the mechanic coming from Tim. I keep almost saying Tim Hortons. I'm truly a Canadian now. I have become a Canadian. Tim Burton's movie. That's incredible.
I want to see Tim Hortons Batman.
Okay, so we've got 2 tips for you, Tim Hortons Batman. Michael says, if I remember correctly, you need to dash back and forth to avoid the attack. Makes sense. And then Shri says you can double jump over him when he dashes, but you gotta get the timing right. That's the problem, you gotta get the timing right. But you can, when he's dashing, I think, like here probably, you can double jump over
45 and go.
Like that, yes. And then, And then just make sure like when he flies here, he's gonna like drop down. So you gotta, yeah, you have to
God, I
like
suck.
slide. No, but you did the double jump. So.
I'm learning, and I'm getting better.
Listen, there's no shame in going easy. I'm just saying.
No, there's no shame going very easy.
There's no shame in that either. I will say when I was capturing footage for Steel Assault Explained, I was on very easy. I will not lie to the people. I'm not here to do that. I was very much on very easy. So we do appreciate there being difficulty levels, but even very easy. In my opinion, quite difficult. But it's very rewarding when you start to get the hang of it because it's a very cool mechanic. You've got your whip, you've got your zip line. Like later on, you're gonna see we even have some like shoot 'em up portions with like little turret guns and everything. So there's a lot going on. So you need to like really zone in, you know, like you're the lead. You need to become Taro. You need to become Taro. You just get into his brain. How does he feel? He lost his family. Get angry.
I'm angry.
He's angry. See, we've got like the.
I'm hangry.
Here, you gotta be upset at the Mastodon Crusher, okay? I know it's kind of cute looking if you squint, but you gotta get upset at it. Ooh, that was nice. A good dodge. A good dodge. You gotta really think like this is who you're getting revenge on. Because that is, I think, how do you get out from under that? You have to be killed by Fetish. And then you have to hit the big red. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. That's my target. I know.
Okay, we know. It looks like it's you're getting it. Oh,
not bad.
We're getting that. That's the thing. This is one of those games definitely where I think you will replay the same portion kind of like over and over again until you start to like get incrementally better, which is not for everyone, but. I don't know what you're hanging on to the edge of the screen there. You're breaking the game.
Am I?
You're breaking the game. What are you doing?
I'm not supposed to do it. It feels.
Listen, no, Treach. It was intentional. Don't say anything. He's just built different.
When in doubt, I just like send a zip line and I hope it catches something.
He's just built different.
Most of the time it works out.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man.
It is. Yes, totally, exactly. It was intentional. It was meant to be. It was to make it more approachable to everyone. Okay. Target. Oh yeah, see, it does a really good job at telling you what the target is. All right. Come on. We gotta get some encouraging words. All right. Well, wow.
Tell me. What?
That was so fast.
Yes, I know.
It's okay, Eric. It's okay, Eric. We've all been there. It being about a year since I played a bunch during porting. Yeah, you gotta help us out. We need to, next time we need to just have like a community member on deck to just take over when we're not playing. Also, don't let me take the controller because it's only gonna get worse. I don't think I would even know the keybinds on Xbox. Speaking of Xbox, Steel Assault is available on Xbox Game Pass. Amongst other platforms, it is also available on Steam.
Not on the Game Pass, however.
No, not on the Game Pass.
No.
I lied. It's not on Game Pass. It was at one point.
No.
No, okay.
Unfortunately.
My apologies. I've been here almost a year now. Incredible, by the way, but not quite. So I still get my things wrong sometimes. But it is available on Xbox. And it is also available on Steam and on PS5 and 4 and on Nintendo Switch. So everywhere. The short answer is like everywhere. You can literally buy this game everywhere. But if you want to know where to buy it, or if you want to learn more, or if you just want to see our cool website, make sure to check out the website, Steel Assault. And oh yeah, I meant to share this, but then I never did it. I also will share with you our Steel Assault. Ow! God. I had to feel his pain. He did it. I was looking away. I missed it. You'll do it again. I didn't see it. You have to do it again.
No, I'm not hitting you. You mean Mastodon Crusher? No, I'm not doing it.
No, not hitting me. Doing it again. Here is also a link to our Steel Assault Explain video on our YouTube.
It's good.
Feels good to just take a break,
Yeah.
right? And not have to do Mastodon Crusher. But you did it now. See, so look how fulfilled he is now. He beat something that
Just
he was
hanging.
stuck on for a little bit. And now he just gets to hang out. I will say, Shree, you did a really good job with that. There are moments of just like calm after you're done with like a mini boss.
Peaceful
or, like,
times.
Done with a little boss. Or,
When in doubt, just hang. That's my
when in
that's my
doubt,
go-to.
just hang out. Ooh. When in doubt, just hang out. So thank you for giving us moments of that, of kind of just being able to, relax and stuff. I love going back to our breakfast talk. I love a good smoked salmon bagel. Me too.
Yes.
But like
that's very Montreal of you.
That is very Montreal of you. Guess who it was? It
Wow.
was Yenny.
Oh. It's Shree from New York City.
Shree is from New York City.
Or he's in Brooklyn.
So what
Can I
is?
say that?
Well, you did. What is the typical breakfast in New York City? Is it like a chopped cheese? Isn't that what it is?
Not for breakfast.
Not for breakfast.
There's like obviously
Like
like
bagel
bagel
sandwiches,
bagel
right?
culture.
Yeah.
But the New York City bagels are like very puffy and bready.
Yeah, not sorry, Shree. I know this is gonna be controversial, but Montreal bagels are better. Sorry. Oh, you got it. Nice.
Yes.
Oh, I love the worlds that are created here. With like the kind of nature with the broken subways on top and stuff. You know what? It reminds me of that one ride at Universal. I think it's the Twister ride, where like you get into a metro and then the top kind of like collapses. You've never been?
No.
It's so cool. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, please let me know. It's like, I don't remember the name of it. I don't know if it was the Twister ride. Oh my God, speaking of Twister, I want to go see Twister in Portland, but
Looks pretty good.
yeah, I don't know how much it is. And if we're talking about people love bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches here, that does sound very New York. Well, it sounds rather American in general, but
Shree, what does like a firefighter orders at Cat's Deli on a Tuesday?
I mean, I don't think Shree's a firefighter.
No, but
But maybe it's firefighter friend.
that's what I want.
And speaking
Probably,
of
like,
firefighting, you've got to do
Egg and cheese,
Bacon,
and
egg, and cheese, yeah.
one of those coffees in the blue cups.
Yes. Oh my God. Is that like a coffee chain? Is the blue cup?
No,
chain?
it's
Saw them in
like a
Law and
solo cup,
Order. Yeah.
and it's
like
kind
a-
of a Greek tea.
Yeah. It's got like a Greek thing on. I know that from Law and Order. I watched a lot of Law and Order growing up. Actually, funnily enough, my history teacher in high school, his brother was one of the actors on the show, like one of the main ones. I forgot who he played, but it's like one of the detectives. So that was like his biggest flex. He was like, my brother's in Law and Order, and we were like,
Nice.
pretty cool actually.
That's a nice
so
flex.
indirectly, I know one of the actors in Law and Order.
I like it.
Twisters, yeah, it was probably Twisters. Wait, what about Shree? Eric thinks you might have this knowledge of what do firefighters order at Cat's Deli for breakfast?
On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, specifically. I don't know. Maybe.
The animation on
I love on the snake, and
that boss is amazing.
love the like little like intro scenes with the different bosses and like how they're introduced. So that was.
Bullet hell.
Oh, the fireworks! They look like fireworks to me. Oh. So that I will say, love that about this game is you have very different. Like you've got your platforming aspects, and you have these moments where like the boss battles feel so different to how the game is the rest of the time that you have like a moment where like this is a different game. This is an entirely different game mechanic-wise right now. You've got your bullet hell, you've got your like stagnant scene, and then this insane like drill snake serpent kind of swirling around. So cool. Like I wish that I had the creativity to come up with these kinds of things. And now
I remember something.
oh
Yeah, you can deploy the grappling hook
Yes.
underneath the platform.
yes,
The flank
that's
platform.
right. That was one of the things I think we showed off in our training video. You can use your grappling hook. I don't know if you can see. I'm pointing. It is Balthazar. I was like, there's like little silver things at the bottom of this boat. If ever you do play boat, that's not a boat. Well, I guess it was on water. Skyplane? I don't know. Where you can
Flying platform?
flying platform where you can hook yourself under so that you're able to like not be hit by him or by it, I guess, while you're under there. That is a good thing to know. This guy was so fun to design. It looks like he would be. Like, did you have to, I don't know obviously I'm not a game developer, but I get to see kind of our team work, and sometimes they do have like really funny things that they have to look at for references. Like, did you have to look at like videos of eels or like snakes, or I don't know what is is this like more of like a worm, or like was it the drill? Oh, there's a drill in TMNT, right? With this kind of head. What is the inspiration behind this specifically? Because it reminds me of kind of like a serpent, like a tunnel mole kind of vibe. So I don't know if you had to maybe you have to like look at videos of different animals or
it's kind of
like,
the drill in the movie The Core
maybe I haven't watched
with DJ Qualls. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
You remember DJ Qualls?
No, who is that?
No. Wow. Don't Google him.
Okay.
That was my time.
Don't Google
in my
him
time,
then.
DJ Qualls was cool.
If he says don't Google him, don't Google him. You have to grapple between the legs of the platforms at the bottom.
Yes.
There are arrows there that pop up. We could have made them more visible for sure, but that's okay. That adds to difficulty. And that's why you want to come to our streams, because we get to tell you, and Tree gets to tell you that well, don't do it like that.
Question, but how do I just go down the platform? If I go down and jump, I just crouch.
That's a good question, Tree. Do you have any tips on how to actually do it? And can you do it right away? Because there is like the moment where like right now the platform has to kind of go up all the way and then like get settled. Is there a moment that you have to wait? Like, can you not do it right now? Do you have any tips on how to accomplish it? Because it's not super easy to do it, but once you do it, you're set. So
I'm stressed out now.
I got that little bullet hell at the start. Just makes.
There we go.
There you go. You got it. You got it.
I'll just hang right here.
As we said earlier, when in doubt, just hang out. There you go. It's a classic snake type enemy. Yeah, old games had a bunch of enemies like these, like those space serpents and gradients. Ooh, which would coil around the screen. I don't remember.
Look at me chilling right now.
I mean, I guess it would. See, you see how much easier this becomes when you can just hang out under there. Very.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure you could probably.
Still not winning.
Still not winning, but you did better.
But yeah.
You did better. Shriek, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. You could probably still beat this boss without doing that, I'm assuming. But it does give you the option.
I've seen it.
Yeah, we have seen it.
From colleagues.
From colleagues and community members that are much better at this than we are. So you can slide.
And shout out to Zeph, one of the playtesters of the game.
Yes, Zeph.
That we did hired, and he's a very good gamer. He showed me some tricks.
Kind of has to be, yeah.
He spent a couple, and he did some tactics for us also.
I think it's important to have like a good mix of good and bad gamers for your QA
Absolutely.
testing. I like
because if you want a friendly family experience, it needs to be somewhat easy.
Yeah, it needs to be approachable in that regard.
I should be playing very easy.
That's what I was playing on. I have no shame. There's no shame in playing games just to have fun. You don't have to do them to be tough. But then it's good to have the option to be able to do it. Like, people who do this on, what's the hardest mode? Remind me.
There's like the arcade mode, which is also
retro.
And there's an achievement that's a 1 point finish, like 1 CC. That's just plain crazy.
Yeah, where you have to do like the entire game without dying. I think it's pretty crazy.
Yay!
So you can slide off the platform, then double jump. I think that's probably what he did. But Tree's coming in with these tips. If you,
I'm just button mashing and
cool. Oh my gosh,
crossing my fingers.
And I love the art on these like little slide ups where he's just in a different place. You've just got Magnus watching him like he's getting closer and you can start panicking a little bit. Oh, I love it. Yes, I think you have to do that to avoid the flame attack unless you just take the hits. That's true. I guess then you'd have to avoid every other attack. So you would have to be really good. So case in point, if you came here today, you just got a great tip on how to beat Balthazar with that little trick of like getting under and hooking.
And also, don't forget you can slide.
You can slide. I think that would also be very helpful with the Mastodon Crusher. I hope.
Yes.
Because you can just slide towards his little thing. But that's the thing, is like as you play, you'll start to realize some of the things that you can do and some of the things that the enemies do and what you need to start looking out for. All right, let's see if we have any other questions.
Oh, that was cool. That was a great moment.
I think you kind of touched on this. If you don't have any other inspirations, let me know. But we have a question from Mega Yo-Yo, which you responded to a little bit earlier, but if you wanted to elaborate, feel free to do so. What gave inspiration for some of the mechanics, like the grapple slide with recovery cables that can eliminate projectiles, the whip, specifically the whip, what was it? Was it like Indiana Jones? There's an Indiana Jones name, right? Maybe something like that. Or I'm curious about the whip. Let me know. And then also, while we're here, I wanted to share a lovely fan comment that we got, because I tweeted out, by the way, follow us on Twitter. I tweeted, and Zenovia Interactive on Twitter as well. I tweeted out a kind of like, hey, we'll be having Tree in chat with us today, you know, asking you questions. And Dark Ride Arts on Twitter said, I have only praise for this world-class game. Can't wait to see future games. What a kind comment. And I'm sure Tree appreciates it. And it is really a world-class game. I think we're very proud and honored to have been able to work with, I wasn't there at the time, but to have the tribute work with Tree on this game. So it's really cool. And then maybe when Eric's not trying to
Is someone talking to me right now?
Not yet, but I'm about to. When Eric's trying to not beat the Hydron core, and kind of give us some insights. He's just a man, and he's just doing his best at this point, and he just beat the Hydron core, which was giving very, like, I guess Hydron, that's why we did the Hydron core, with the little heads you've got to beat. So yeah, that was a very kind comment from Dark Ride Arts. Oh, you just made it a lot more comfortable for yourself. So thank you so much for those kind comments. The 8-way whip comes basically directly from Castlevania, and the slide comes from Contra, as you said earlier. Okay, makes sense. And these were our own edition. I love that. And I think that's what Tribute and that's what Zenovia and these games are all about, is like taking inspiration from those games that formed people's childhoods and then adding our own creative twist, in this case Tree, with the sliding and with the bullet canceling and the sub weapon and energy core and everything. To kind of really allow some creativity while also paying homage to these game over screens that we have seen very often growing up. Sure. Also, I love how he gets up. He's like, "Let's go again." And he should have done a little like power pose, maybe. But yeah, it's very cool. Thank you for giving us insight on that. And yes, thank you, Dark Red Arts, for such a kind comment on that as well. And then I think you also touched on this. Yeah, what was why, I guess not why the decision, but was there any moment where you were like, oh, let's do this in a post-apocalyptic world? Or was that always kind of the idea from the start when you had the idea for the game? It was like, let's have it be in post-apocalyptic America. It was pretty specific. I know post-apocalyptic stuff is pretty common in the video games and fictional video worlds, but was there a moment, or was it decided early on, or what was the thought process in choosing that kind of landscape and that kind of futuristic post-apocalyptic moment? I think it's really a cool rendition of it, because we've seen a lot of post-apocalyptic stuff, but this is a very kind of like neon vibe. Like,
there's a bit of a
cyberpunk. It's got kind of like the robotic,
like old school traditional 80s sci-fi.
Exactly, very like alien inspired kind of thing. Like, look how cool this is with the goop. There's kind of goop everywhere. Like, look, how cool is that?
It's very New Jersey.
Very New Jersey.
It's in Culver City, so it's in California.
I don't know where Culver City is.
Culver City? Or it's Culver?
No, I think it's Culver City, unless you're thinking of another city.
I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. I'm
from Montreal. I don't know anything.
I unfortunately don't know.
Oh, so can you spot the reference?
Yeah, if you have any references.
No, right here, Ziva?
No.
No? So have you ever played Contra? The original Contra? Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to at some point get me to play some of these retro classics on stream, I think, because unfortunately I have learned a lot. Oh, he just got I
killed 1,000 enemies.
1,000 enemies. Wow, that was a lot in like less than an hour. You're going through these. Culver City isn't even California, right next to LA. Where they shoot Jeopardy? Of course Yannick would know that. I don't know why. That makes so much sense in my
Yes.
brain. Like, yes, of course Yannick would know that. Yannick knows everything. Ooh, I love this battle. I'm not gonna...
Ha ha ha.
He's so unhinged. I love it. But it wasn't really him.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Major Clayton.
Major Clayton. What a name. Oh my god. I love this. Was like, I had to fight myself to not just include this boss battle alone in the explained. Like, I put some clips of it, but I kept wanting to add more clips. I was like, no, you gotta show off the other boss battles. But this is by far my favorite boss battle. There's so much going on, and the room is so cool. Oh my god, you know what it reminds me of? What's that movie about, like, the people who ride, not scooters, like,
Listening?
the ride,
Tron.
Moto, Tron. How did you get there?
I don't know. I'm a mind reader, that's why.
All I said was like scooter. They ride scooters in Tron.
It was some neon and sort of motorcycles.
Yeah, and like the lines on the ground kind of remind me of the lines that you see like in the game. The post-apocalyptic America setting is basically there from the start. Okay, that makes sense to me because it's very fleshed out. It definitely doesn't feel like something we could have just made up. Also, the little bomb carrying with like the number going down is so funny. Got a lot greener and more vibrant. I appreciate that because I feel like a lot of post-apocalyptic landscapes in video games and things, you know, they're obviously trying to be very realistic. So, you know, in a post-apocalyptic world, everything's kind of just destroyed. There's no light, there's no color, things like that. So I really appreciate this kind of very different way of going about it, where you have the greenery, you have the kind of neon vibe, you have the kind of Tron look, and now you're actually fighting him. Nope, still not. I love how he's making everyone else do the fighting for him. It's so funny to me. And then you're like, oh, okay. When do you fight? When do I get to fight him? You know? But I love that. That would be me if I was an evil boss. I would just make all my like minions do the fighting. And I would just look cool in the background. Or maybe I wouldn't look cool. Like, look how cool that is. Or just send my dog out to fight people for me.
Don't forget, you can slide, Eric.
You can slide.
You can slide.
That was inspired by movies like I Am Legend, but also living in big cities for the first time, right? And realizing that if there aren't any trees or plants on your street, it can look kind of bleak. Exactly, yeah. So I think I appreciate that kind of, ooh.
Oh, and while you're dodging, you are invincible.
I did not know that.
Yes.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Of course, and we see it in The Last of Us, but I appreciate that it was, you kept it realistic with like the greenery and everything, but like this core here is very sci-fi, and then you've got the sci-fi vibe. I really, really appreciate that. Start talking. Start talking. I love it. With like the shirt grab and everything. And it's crazy how much personality you can put into like just a few pixels. Like when you look at it, it's really not that much. Oh.
Did he kill him? Or
I think it was Magnus. That's how I understood it. Yeah, it was Magnus.
Control his pacemaker.
He's evil. He's like that hunky villain that you don't want to root for.
He's got that
He's got
crazy
the jawline. Yeah. He's got the jawline and the crazy eyes that women just go crazy for. But also he's kind of he's a terrible person and also a dictator, so no. But, you know.
Heart of Concrete. That's my favorite. That song is by far my favorite.
Also, look at the Statue of Liberty. We're in New York. We have been, but now you can see it. Also, this is what I was talking about, the shoot 'em up portion, which that's again what I really appreciate is you have your platforming aspect and you've got your little moments where you get to be a little different. You get to have a little vibe, a different vibe. You basically spam trees and plants all over the city, seems to make them look pretty. It works very well, I have to agree. It's giving like a vibrant The Last of Us vibe. I keep bringing up The Last of Us because this really does remind me of it, because a lot of like scenes in The Last of Us have like the water all the way up, because obviously that would happen as well, you know, with like no control of like dams and things like that. I'm sure and also New York is like in water. It's an island. Everyone knew that. But, you know, when you're on an island and then there's like no control of like where the water goes and all of that, you're gonna have the like the water level rising and stuff like that. So to include little details like that is very good. All right, this is a question for me. Who was the inspiration, if there was one, or what was the inspiration behind Taro himself? Taro Takahashi is he's the protagonist in the story. What was the inspiration behind him, his name, his story, his background, his design, everything? I'd love to know a little bit more about that. He's pretty cool. He's a cool guy with like spiky hair and like the scar that he got from the attack. And I don't know, really, I guess he didn't, but the intro with his story and everything is really well done. With the transition kind of from like that scene where he's watching everybody get hurt to like where he's a grown adult and he's like, I'm here to get revenge. You're like, yeah, you're rooting for him, like through and through. It is a character that you really, really want to root for. Okay, look at these dodges. Okay.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
Great. Okay, I see you, Eric. Look at that. And you've got your little bullet hell portion.
Yeah.
You've got your little with private shots behind it. Get him.
Another couple of hits.
Yeah, look at that. You're hit. No. And then he's got his and his whole little crew. If you want to talk about the inspiration behind those characters as well, Sonia Singh and his little crew of I don't know, minions. No, they're of his.
It's the resistance.
The resistance, if you will, of people who are giving him his intel. What do you call it? The man, or I guess the people in the chair, if you will, with the computer, kind of like in Kim Possible, like the guy that had the little rat. That's a very niche. That's a very niche reference. The man in the chair, or the woman in the chair, or the people in the chair, who are helping him kind of get through this. Like, and look how cool, because I think it's cool that you kept the electricity aspect so that you could still have these kind of billboards in the background, and also Lulu White, like Lululemon, and these little cool moving backgrounds so that it's not just, as you said, bleak and nothing there. So I guess that was probably, I'm assuming, inspired a lot by like living in Times Square, or in this case, probably in the business district with the, what do you call that? Oh, what's the place where
the tickers, like for the stock ticker?
There, like the stock market and everything. I'm guessing that came a lot from being inspired by where you were living at the time, or where you were living. And with the, hey, very cool inspiration. Look at that. I'm out of here. Bye. How cool is that? The suit itself is designed by Eric Quiroz, the game's main sprite artist. He did really do an amazing job. I don't think that can be understated. The entire team, the art team, the dev team, the music, really outdid themselves. With Taro's scar, there's an implication in the intro. Yeah, that he saw his parents get killed but managed to escape. So that's a classic Harry Potter boy who lived type setup. And I love it. And listen, we love those kinds of stories. There's like, as I said it earlier, he's kind of a Disney princess. We love to root for somebody who has lost like their parents, or
not
like
kind of princess.
A parent. Nah, he's like, he's a cool like crime fighting, not crime fighting, but like resistance Disney princess in a great way. I mean that in the most flattering and complimenting of ways. But, or I guess you could make the transition also to Harry Potter Boy Who Lived vibe, and yeah, that's why I mentioned the intro cutscene, which, even if you don't get the game, I would recommend just watching that intro cutscene, but you could also get the game so that you can watch it and then play the game, where you kind of see like that transition where he gets like hit and then it's like he's a grown man and he's cool. You can also watch it on our explained video, which I have shared, but I will share again. You can kind of see what I'm talking about there with that as well. You're making progress, getting there. Thank you for the checkpoints. Imagine having to do the same level, like the full level, over and over again. Because in Panzer Paladin, sometimes you have these like large chunks that you have to redo over and over again. If you don't, Panzer Paladin's one of our other games. Yeah, it's I will say the checkpoints are rather forgiving. So I think
I
people
like
can,
short levels.
yeah, and the levels aren't too long, which is good.
I'm not a very patient gamer, so
I agree. Yeah, I agree. How you feeling, Eric, so far?
I feel okay. I feel badass.
So that is honestly how this game makes you feel.
And I like the speed of it.
Yeah,
There's not too much to understand. It's,
yeah. Once you get the core mechanics, I think you
Yeah.
really can just fully
and you
do
need,
what you need to do, you know?
and you need to, you know,
And there's a lot going on.
I'm trusting my my zip line.
Ooh,
Oh, that was bad.
that was the most famous last words
Are we
moment.
live?
We are unfortunately live, and that is 100% going to be in the clips that we are going to be
Yes.
posting on our socials. Which, by the way, we should
Hi,
follow.
Mom. All right.
Um,
And that stage was
what's up, everybody?
was the ending of our demo. So it was starting with the exotic with the heart of concrete, with the
Ooh, that's a really good
like in
demo.
the boat with the Gatling gun. So
Yeah.
that was the opening of the demo until that section, and the demo stopped right before the boss fight.
Honestly, that was a really good choice because you get a good idea of what this game is about, and especially I think this game shows off the landscape like that we were just talking about, the kind of post-apocalyptic with the greenery that took over the city and like the billboards and stuff. I think it really kind of shows the essence of the game.
Yeah.
Mega Rookie, welcome on in, and also if you are here spending your midday, your Thursday midday with us, thank you so much for spending this time with us. We really appreciate it. I think we have already offered you quite a few tricks and like tips and some
double
insight.
jump.
Got it. Yeah. Maybe not the zip line in that case. A good double jump. Oh, this is also
So
really.
that
cool
was
battle.
the end of the demo. You
They
saw the
didn't
boss
even
and
get to do
you
the
just cut it right there.
Oh.
Thanks
You've
for
got,
playing.
You've got so I think maybe after this we will also stop so that we can do some fan art and answer some final questions.
Shoo!
The composer.
That sound effect, we've used that in the trailers.
It's so cool. I mean, it's such a cool sound.
I think it's also used in the title screen in the menu.
It sounds so crisp. You know, like that's what a stream should sound like, you know? Mega Rookie, definitely have to agree with you. The FM tracks definitely slap. So do, no, you're fine. So do, yeah, the tracks really do hit. I do use them quite often for whenever we do a Steel Assault video. I'm always like, because I love rock and I love like that kind of neon rock vibe, kind of. So, yeah.
And we're, I think chapter 5, we'll let the viewers at home try it.
Okay, you don't want to finish this part?
I mean, I can try it.
Yeah, let's try. Let's try. We believe in him. Because I do really
We still
like.
have time. I mean,
we started
I'm enjoying
we
myself
started
right
a
now.
little bit late. I think as long as the people and Tree have time and everyone is having a good time. Yeah. Oh, okay. I lived right by Times Square for 3 years. It was very surreal during COVID because the people all disappeared, but the billboards remained, showing your faces and advertisements. That's definitely something which informed that stage as well. You can really feel that. Like, I could immediately kind of tell, like, yeah, this had to come from the idea of Times Square and seeing the constant, like, stock market continuing. That must have been very surreal and I guess very on the dot for, like, what this game is about, post-apocalyptic kind of vibe with the pandemic. Obviously not being the apocalypse, but it kind of felt like it at the time when you would see like these images of Times Square with nobody in them, or like you would see like images of Paris with no one, and you're like, wow, that's what is happening. So you can definitely see that that inspiration in there. It's very interesting. Thank you for that insight. We're getting so much insight. We need to like do this more with just having the devs in chat and just give us. Oh, this is so cool too. Oh my god, this has to be partly inspired by King Kong. I'm getting King Kong vibes. That had to have been a bit of an inspiration. Or King Kong was inspired by this. Do we care about the timeline of that? No. What? Oh my god, the bullet hell. The bullet hell! You got it! And these robots are just so cool. The whole game is So cool.
Placement strategy. Is not
You got
too
this.
bad.
No, you got it. You gotta just. I believe in you, Eric. You got this. Mecha Agni's got nothing on you. Like, I did not say that correctly, but look at that.
Now I feel that the game's that easy now.
Yeah.
I'm warmed up, and I
You do have to get
could
it.
have been, you know, I play normal.
Yeah. We have to, it's like a typical retro game. You kind of have to get into it. You know, you gotta warm up, you gotta do a warm up, you gotta remember how to play the game. So yeah, what inspired the grappling hook mechanic? I believe, I'll let Shri answer, but yeah, Shri discussed it a little bit earlier. That it was actually inspired by Tim Burton's Batman.
Yes.
Amongst other things, obviously there were like some, you know, grappling hook mechanics from games and stuff, but main inspiration for the artist, or for Daniel, yeah, Tim Burton's Batman.
That's right.
How cool is that? I'm gonna have to like,
I learned that today.
maybe I'll have to like make a little comparison, find that scene on YouTube or something and see if I can do that comparison. That's so cool. If anything, like if you came to the stream and the rest of it you were like, I didn't learn anything. There's no way you knew that. That was like really a true tribute stream exclusive with Shri from Zenovia Interactive, Tim Burton Batman.
And my bad skills.
And Eric's, I would say, more than okay skills. I will give you the credit that you're doing a great job.
Below average.
You're doing great. We've been going
Below average for the industry.
for the industry fair, but we're not developers, so I think our average is a little bit different. The marketing team gets a bit of a pass, okay? We don't make the games, so we don't really have too much of a, yeah. Well, the best version of Batman nonetheless. Oh, that I don't think I've seen a lot of the Batman movies, so I actually I'll have to do that. Someone, let me see if there are any questions that I missed out.
You've never seen the Michael Keaton movies?
Maybe
The
I
Batmans?
have. No, I actually don't think I
They're
have.
very good.
I know,
They're
they're
very
so-
classic.
There's so many classics I have to watch. What are some other classics that I should probably watch? Ooh, that was a good squad. I think, yeah. What were some of the challenges? Probably the biggest challenges of developing this game. Obviously, not working with us because we're great. So there can be nothing in that regard. But you know, any challenges that maybe you weren't anticipating or anything like that. And then, yeah, go ahead and tell us your thoughts on that. I know. Listen. I will be honest. There are so many classic movies and games that I just didn't really. In my defense, I grew up in Europe most of my life, and my parents were not really like very big movie or like video game people. They were more like, this makes it sound so like typical European, but like very like opera and like theater.
Opera and wine.
Yeah, opera, wine, theater. Like, think the most like stereotypical old French man. Like I love him. That's my dad. So I didn't really grow up like watching things like Alien or like anything like that. So I had to do a lot of catching up in my life, and I have now watched some of the classics, but there's a lot, to be fair. And I only recently started getting, you know, like an education, I guess, in retro, especially retro gaming and things like that. So I think when you don't grow up playing or watching those things, you know, it wasn't really a choice. So, but now I have the choice to.
My childhood was mostly Steven Seagal movies and croquettes.
Okay, I was worried you were going to trauma dump on stream, and I was like, this is not the time, Eric. We can talk about it after. Okay, that sounds like a rather lovely childhood, I will say. I also had a lovely childhood as well in Switzerland, so that was really nice. Okay, so we get to meet Magnus.
Yes, finally.
But you're gonna have to beat Magnus yourself because we will not be doing that. So you'll get to see his cool. I mean, look how cool.
Obviously, he's leaving, and you know.
Look how cool that is. So I mean, I don't know if you want to try to beat him. We have time, I think, but that will kind of. It's up to you. Or do we want to let the
Tell me
people...
when to stop.
Let's stop. Let's let the people discover the Magnus Pierce boss fight on their own. Because this is just a layer of it. So we'll go ahead and pause there. And leave it there. I know, but look how cool. Does that not make you just like this image alone? Wait, this way?
No,
Or
it's a very cool box.
this, oh my gosh, this way. Wait, I'm mirrored. Yeah, there we go. This image alone, I feel like just should kind of encourage you to want to watch it or want to play it. But if it hasn't, we're gonna go ahead and close that out now.
There's like very cool options in the game also, like video options, like bunch of
wait,
filters.
wait, let me go back. Yeah.
So we should.
Yeah, let's show. There are a lot of really cool.
There's a CRT filter that kind of vignettes the aspect of the game.
Yeah.
You can even like go like super crazy with the curvature.
Yeah. Yep.
Same with the filters.
There's a ton of cool filters that like
So
really
the filters
make it.
like kind of emulate you looking at the. So that's a lot crispier. But yeah.
You have a lot of ways to make it feel like a real retro.
Yeah,
real retro game from your childhood, if that was your childhood, or if you're rediscovering retro games or discovering retro games like me. It's a really cool way to get that.
That's a really good game to just like start like understanding.
You know what?
Retro games.
That is very true.
Because there's like retro, obviously it looks retro, but you know, there's like good modern elements that fits in like the tribute brand in a way. So obviously it's but to play a retro hard game that's you know, compared to you know, old classics, that's a really good amuse-bouche.
It's a good gentle introduction into the world of retro gaming, I think, and that's coming from someone who's pretty new to it. So I would say.
So yeah, and there's not like one difficulty that's super hard, you know. So you can learn the game and learn some patterns in the easy mode, and like play normal and you know, try to get all the achievements. Yeah,
this is a great game for achievement hunting as well.
That's a real challenge.
Yeah. So yeah, those are some of the filters and the options that you can have for the game.
There's music options also.
There are also.
There's 2 separate soundtracks, so you can switch soundtracks.
Ooh, so
there's an FM chip soundtrack that's pretty very abrasive and intense.
You'll have to discover all of that yourself. We have now given you a bit of an amuse-bouche, as our friend said here, of what this game is all about.
Again with the food.
I know, I'm getting hungry, honestly. It's gonna be lunchtime after this. I'm gonna have to run and get some pizza or something. Pizza. Also, I love this tribute shirt. We should match next time. Yes, all right, let me catch up on chat first really quick before we move on to our next segment, which is fan art. I think the biggest challenge was maintaining the consistency of the game's art style over the whole dev cycle and among the whole team. There were a lot of different artists involved. Yeah, I can imagine when you have a bunch of different artists, and I think also a lot of it was done kind of remotely and spread out. It probably is rather the challenge.
Sri is Zenovia, you know, he's the game designer. Also programmer, obviously, but he's not the artist, so it was his job to get all these artists, composers, and find an artistic direction to all of that, and try to make it one. So good job on this.
Very good job, yeah. And we have Mega Rookie here who said that they practiced this game so much until they completed arcade mode on hard, which according to Shri, only 2% of people have done. So
yeah, we could pull out the stats of
Mega
those
Rookie,
achievements.
Incredible job, and we're so glad. I'm sure Shri and ourselves are very happy.
Send us your playthrough, where we'll share it.
If you wanna send us that goes. If you wanna share any clips of you playing Steel Assault or any of our games, as always, please tag us at Tribute Games on all socials, and we're always more than happy to share and comment. And that's my favorite part of my job, is getting like tagged and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool, like fan art. And speaking of fan art, we got this incredible fan art from Gary, also known as Greed92988 on Twitter, of Panzer Paladin, of Grit and Flame and the whole team, including our little villain in the back, which I love. Like, I was like, who is that in the back? And I was like, oh my God, that's literally Ravenous. In the back, like towering over the rest of them. So we just had to share this really cool Panzer Paladin artwork that we got on Twitter. So this was a recent one. If you have some that you draw, or if this inspires you to maybe draw some Steel Assault fan art,
Yes.
please share it with us on our Discord as well. On all of our, I spelled that wrong, on all of our socials. I'm always looking out for fan art. And if you share it with us in the month of like, if you share it between now and next stream, you will also be on our community spotlight, which is kind of my favorite thing to be able to show that. And speaking of community spotlight, we have something really special. I'm not going to show it fully through, but we got some handwritten fan mail in our mailbox last week, and that is probably the most special thing that I think I got. Immediately we got it, and I like ran to the team, and I was like, fan mail, handwritten, like not even like printed out. And there are like, again, I'm not going to show it, but there's like drawings, and it's TMNT related, a huge TMNT.
Yeah, there's like it's kind of almost a game design document.
Basically,
with
yeah.
ideas.
Like, and great ideas and really, really cool stuff. So
And Fred, one of the game designer of TMNT, Shredder's Revenge, he went and looked at the ideas and powers anyway.
Very cool.
And he was like, no, this is a good idea. We could steal this.
We could steal this. Joking, of course. But yes, no, really, I think I want to, if you are here, I will just say the first name of the person, Cedric.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sending this to us. This really touched all of our hearts. The entire team got to take a look at this and got to read it and look through it. And so really there's a lot of talent there, and I hope you continue doing what you're doing.
And thanks to Ziva, Cedric, if you're listening, we're sending you a little something.
A little something's coming in the mail for you as well. That's going to be my little task after this. So yeah, we're not spinning the beans. We've got Fred in here as well. But yeah, Cedric, thank you so much for sending this to us. It really was, I think, for a lot of us, myself included, kind of like one of those moments that you probably kind of dream of as a game designer and as a designer or creator of anything, to receive this kind of well thought out and well done fan mail is
so
really
we're
incredible.
inspiring kids and younger kids and older kids,
and
obviously.
anyone. We're all kids at heart, and we all love what we love. So thank you, Gary, on Twitter, for sending us your fan art. We hope to get more fan art from anyone who is here or anyone who sees this on our YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Smile, a little smile and thumbs up for YouTube. Hi, YouTube. So yeah, make sure to tag us and share your fan art with us.
Yes.
We absolutely love getting it, as you can tell. And I believe, let me just make sure that I'm not missing anything. Yeah, as I said, if you want to be featured in the next stream, you gotta just tag us so that we can see the fan art. That's on Instagram, TikTok, if you make a video, YouTube, anything like that. We're more than happy to share it with everyone. And yeah, that was Steel Assault. So we want to reiterate.
It's a fun game. It's a short game, pretty intense, but you can replay it, get better at it, and obviously master it is something else.
Yeah. But it's definitely a game I think you can get into pretty quickly. You can finish it pretty quickly. I know a lot of us don't have so much time to put into these mega games that are 50 hours long, and you're like, I don't have 50 hours.
It's a very good arcade experience.
Yeah, you're like, I have 2 hours. This is kind of that game. Honestly, we were getting close to the end, and we were just about an hour 15. So yes, definitely check out Steel Assault and Zenovia Interactive. Again, we will share the website one more time with you. It's a pretty good game.
To say it again, it's available on consoles.
It's available on Xbox.
Yes.
That's what we were playing on. It's available on Steam. It's available on Nintendo Switch.
Correct.
And it's available on PlayStation. So basically anywhere you play your modern games, you can play this retro-inspired classic that we love and hold very dear to our heart. We are very grateful that we were chosen to publish it.
If I had a Steam Deck, I'd be playing it on Steam Deck.
There you go. And we want to also say a huge thank you to Shri for joining us in chat today. We really got some incredible insight on the development of the game, on the inspirations of the game, and also some tips on how to beat some of the bosses, which we hope you will now and go and try and beat. Listen, it's almost getting to the point of the day. It's Thursday, almost Thursday evening, Thursday afternoon, so it's almost time for Friday, almost time for the weekend. And we do also do quite a few sales often, so make sure to keep an eye out for those and check out Steel Assault whenever you have the time. Thank you, Shri, for joining us. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And as always, thank you. And until we game again, play tribute.
Play tribute.
Play tribute. We've changed it a little bit. It's still pay tribute, but
Yes.
now it's a bit more of a play on words. So until we game again, play tribute. Bye.